Hello, my name is Kyle Johnson, and this is my presentation on Richard Mayer, his multimedia educational principles and theories. First of all, a little background on Richard Mayer. He is a professor of psychology at the University of California, and he's been there since 1975. He's a researcher in educational and cognitive psychology, and he is also the author of hundreds of publications, including many on educational and multimedia subjects. He's known for his cognitive theory of multimedia learning, stating that people learn more deeply from words and pictures than from just words alone. And he backed this theory with 4 elements incorporated from research on how people learn. The first element is the dual coding theory, stating that there are 2 different channels for processing information: visual, with our eyes, and auditory, with our ears. The mind creates separate representations for each of these channels, but they are both used to organize our incoming information. The next element is the limited capacity or working memory. It states that each channel has a limited capacity or a finite capacity, meaning it has a limited amount of information that it can hold. It also states that people have difficulties trying to pay attention to both auditory and visual cues at the same time. Richard Mayer recommends chunking of information, basically like think of it as a phone number where you have your first 3 digits, and then the last 4 digits, and you also have the area code in there. And it also recommends to exclude any unnecessary information that may not be 100% relevant to the topic you are teaching. The next element is the active processing, stating that learning is an active process of filtering out the information, organizing it into different parts of your brain, and integrating that information based upon your prior knowledge. The next and last transfer, which we have 3 ways of doing: the meaningful learning transfer, which is where you retrieve newly acquired information from your long-term memory; the near transfer, which is where you use a knowledge immediately after acquiring it; and then the far transfer, which is where you need information a while after learning it. Richard Mayer is also known for his design principles of multimedia: coherence, contiguity, modality, signaling, personalization, and redundancy. Redundancy being basically not wanting to repeat yourself or keep going over the same thing over and over again. The first, coherence, basically states that less is more. You want to eliminate any unneeded words, pictures, and sounds, and remember that sometimes things like eye candy, such as this, can distract readers from your point. Contiguity is simple, stating that you want to place words and pictures near each other and present them simultaneously, such as this, not like this. Modality states that people learn better from animation with spoken text rather than animation with just written text. And to eliminate redundancy, you want to avoid using excessive animation narration. That acting. Signaling states that people learn better and easier when the material is clearly organized with end headings. At the top in the orange we have our head, in white below it we have the outline, which is giving more info to what the heading is about. Principle, stating that people learn better from more casual situations like a conversation than from something more formal. For instance, if you and your friends were having a conversation on a topic, let's say the American Revolution, you may learn that information better from having the conversation with your friends rather than from getting lectured on the subject from a teacher or professor. This has been my presentation on Richard Mayer. My name is Kyle Johnson, and I hope you enjoyed.